Good morning, good life. Morning routines, right? The easy part is creating one. The hard part is following through. So in this video, I want to share how to prep for your morning routine so that you will actually stick with the plan. And it starts the day before. Sit down and take a look at what time you want your morning routine to start. If you're not sure what time that is yet, check out my latest video of my own morning routine to give you some ideas of things that you can do so you can get started formulating your morning routine of choice. But let's just go on the assumption that you are going to get yourself 1 hour extra in the morning for that time to start the day on your terms. This is why we have the timeline map in the Good Morning Good Life planner, so it makes it a lot easier to walk through these timing steps. If you typically get out of bed at 6:30 and start getting ready for your day, but you don't have a great morning routine with that amount of time, we're going to put you waking up at 5:30 as the goal. That way you've got that whole hour to start your day. Now that's an important piece of information, but there's an even more important piece of information that we need in order to make this happen, and that is your fall asleep time. If the goal is to wake up at 5:30 a.m. and you've got to get your beauty sleep, you need 8 hours. This means that you need to fall asleep by 9:30 p.m. Notice that I did not say go to bed at 9:30. No. I said fall asleep at 9:30. So now that you've got that in your head, we really have to start setting you up for success so your body will fall asleep. Everyone's gonna have their different sleep situations. Let's say that you fall asleep pretty easy as long as you have taken care of yourself and you've tucked yourself in. 9 o'clock is what we're gonna shoot for, being in bed, maybe grabbing a Kindle, but your smartphone is tucked away. We're not looking at that anymore. You are ready to fall asleep, but you're gonna give yourself that 30 minutes of grace period to make it happen. So with that being the case, we gotta take it another step further. At 8:30, maybe we're brushing teeth, letting the dog out for the last time of the day, just putting that smartphone activity away, finishing up the tweets, finishing up the likes, putting it where it goes for the night to charge. Just generally giving our body and our mind the indication that it is time to shut it down. Now this is a new perspective, right? So you've got your goal for waking up at 5:30 in the morning, but you've already got the additional steps in place that it's going to take for that to be a feasible hour for you to open your eyes and go, I am ready to start the day on my terms. Instead of what in the world was I thinking, this is the dumbest, I'm going back to bed. Couple different dynamics there, just a change in the steps the night before. The critical thing here I think most people miss, and they can sleep really well, but they disturb that sleep a lot, is by not allowing the mind to shut down. We've got things like television and smartphones, and we take them to bed with us because we miss them so much. You cannot shut down your brain when you have all that blue light and a constant dopamine rush of information that is being fed to your eyeballs. You may even realize that Amy said, I can read a Kindle in bed, but it's not serving you. Like you are still not sleeping well because maybe the books are too intense, or there's still something about your Kindle that is keeping your brain a little too wired. Me personally, I have my little Kindle Oasis, and it doesn't matter how riveting a book is. I will be out cold if I put that thing in bed with me. I'm just saying. But you have to listen to your body. It is all about what is right for you. If you respect the steps that are right for you, you will be able to start a day on your terms. So this is a really big step. We have to embrace that time period that we are shutting the body down for its best, most restful sleep, so we can have a morning routine that's actually worthwhile. Your new deadline isn't really 5:30. It's 8:30. It's 8:30 to say, I'm setting the intention for how tomorrow's gonna go for me, or whatever time you've reverse engineered for yourself. Here are a few more things that I do personally in my own life to set up my morning routine for success the next day. First, I talk to my husband.
Hey babe,
What's up, baby?
I have to tell you something.
Okay.
So tomorrow I'm gonna be doing my morning routine.
Is that supposed to be new?
It's nothing against you. It's really just so that I can start the day on my terms. I just really need that time to myself for a little while.
You got it. Whatever you need.
Okay, but really though, you gotta let me have that time, okay?
I will stay in bed with Khaleesi. How's that sound?
It sounds perfect. What time do you want me to wake you up?
7.
Perfect.
Next, I choose my one thing. We break up our morning routines into 3 sections: movement, mindfulness, and mastery. And mastery is my favorite moment of the day. This is the time that I get to spend building my craft in a certain area. So that could be brainstorming YouTube video ideas or writing a blog post. It could even be practicing a foreign language in an app or using my little keyboard with my headphones in to practice the piano. The important thing is not what you do during mastery, although that could be very important to you. It could be a passion you never seem to have time for, but it's making the intention and planning for it in advance. The worst thing that you can do is start your morning routine and go,
look at me, I got all the sleep. Here I am, 5:30. How's it going? What do we do now?
especially when it comes to mastery time. Know what you're going to do during that space of time. And I actually will schedule it as well. You may not want to schedule your morning routine in general, but that portion of it I always do. That block of time that I've got outlined to spend on mastery is on my calendar. It's held all the time as the one thing, but the night before I'll go in and change the name of it to whatever I'm going to be actually doing during that space of time the next day. Another thing I do the night before is prepare my celery juice. I talked about this a little bit more in my morning routine video, so I won't go on about it. And the last thing I do to prepare myself for the next day is I sit in my wins. I sit down and I write 3 wins of the day. Part of being able to shut down and do it for the ambition of how amazing the next day could be and what you're going to do to go after your goals is to allow yourself to celebrate the things that have already happened for you. We forget to do that. We focus on all the bad or all the we don't have yets, and we don't take in the amazing moments that happen and the milestones we hit along the way. If we don't celebrate our wins, big and small, we're never really going to have that love and appreciation that we need for genuine happiness and mindfulness in our lives. And it makes all of this ambition completely pointless. Show yourself love. Go to sleep. Repeat. That's all for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it as always. Remember, subscribe for good vibes, kiss the ones you love, and go after the life you want. Cheers. Well, Enchanté. I highly recommend that you watch many of my morning routine videos if this is of interest to you. I think today's topic was very big for preparing because a lot of people don't do that step, so good for you. But these will help you to shape that perfect morning routine, so check it out.